It is Market Monday time. My friend Ken Vilcheck joins me. We go through, deep dive, go through the Bluffton numbers. Chimney Cove, man, ripples through the community. It's a conversation that we need to be having. And the clickbait continues. We answer Sam's mailbag questions this week, Market Monday. All right, Ken, how's it going, man?
Wonderful. Great.
Yeah?
Thank you for having me again.
Chimney Cove in the news, man. Chimney Cove, that place,
Oh, wow.
that story, you know, it's taken fire and, or it's created a fire, let's say.
Yes.
And it's an important conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Did you hear that the deal fell through? So there's a little bit of a stay, but it's really got the town talking. The article that came out in the Island Packet about it, that's the sentiment, right? Like that.
Yes. One comment was, we don't want this kind of housing in our backyard. Is that not crazy?
It is so I think we need to stop calling it workforce housing or affordable housing. These are like essential workers.
They are. They're bartenders, waiters, waitresses.
Well, I mean, you might think a bartender is essential, my friend.
It is.
But they're also firefighters and
that's right.
Sheriff's deputies
exactly.
and you know, these are folks that are, you know, so important to our community.
Yeah.
And a community that has no diversity is not a community.
No. If we didn't have these essential workers, we couldn't fill our fire departments or police departments, and we couldn't fill our restaurants. Our restaurants were closing because they couldn't get enough people in there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that doesn't bode well for your property value.
100%. This is something that we're going to have to face, and this whole not in my backyard BS, it needs to stop.
Yeah, it does.
Right? And we need to get really serious and really focused about having housing for all the various members of our community, the most wealthy, and those that aren't particularly wealthy.
Yes, and
community.
you know, there's going to be a solution. We just have to
to
figure out
want
what
it.
what that solution is going to be.
We need to stop focusing on it when there's a crisis.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We gotta put it up on the top of our list. In the article, they said, you know, like beach renourishment.
Yeah.
You know, we don't wait until there's no beach and try to solve the problem.
Yeah.
You do the renourishment and you maintain it before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, the 5 P's: prior preparation prevents poor performance. Right?
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That was free. That was free.
That was actually Fraternity Brothers advice.
Stay tuned for more advice from Ken. Business Insider says it's a terrible time to both buy and sell real estate.
Well, let's just do nothing. Let's not buy, let's not sell. Let's just sit.
Yeah.
And wait for something to happen, right?
I enjoyed reading this article because there is so much contradiction in the article to what is being said by media right now.
I know.
You know, like they say things like sellers aren't enticed to sell. Well, I mean, if you're listening to the media right now, you know, there's all kinds of properties on the market and it's not selling and prices are going down. Higher home prices and mortgage rates have weighed on buyers and sellers. These mortgage rates have, but I thought prices were going down, right? The article talks about the fact that prices are going up. It also says that the price growth is sluggish. So that's, you know, that's the important factor. Is the thought process is prices are falling. Asking prices are falling, not selling prices. Prices are still going up. Selling prices are still going up, just not at this level.
That's right.
At this level.
Yeah. We're accelerating at a slightly slower pace, but we have to. I mean, we couldn't keep the pace that we had the last 2 years.
Yeah.
30% plus appreciation in the market. And I think the other thing they forget when they write these articles, the entire United States is not the same. So there are pockets, especially places like Hilton Head and Bluffton. People still want to move here. There's still a high demand and still low inventory, so which means that prices are going to remain stable.
Prices are going to go up.
They're going to go up, but just not quite as quickly as they did
maybe
in the last 2 years.
Maybe not 28% a year, maybe 15.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, waiting doesn't solve that.
No.
You know, waiting might help you get a better interest rate.
Yeah.
Right? If interest rates come back down, but waiting is not going to make it where you pay less for the house. And that's the thing. And that price growth, you know, if interest rates have gone up, let's say 3% or 2.5% over the last year, well, prices have gone up 20% over the last year, right?
Yeah.
Which one should you be paying attention to?
I know. And think about interest rates at 5%. We act as though we've had 2.5% for the past 50 years.
Yeah.
5% is actually a very
Super
good
low.
rate. In 1983, 2 years out of college, my first loan for my condominium, 13.5%.
Yeah. So, like, it wasn't that long ago that we were right kind of at this number and had been fine at that number.
Yeah.
So, it's great clickbait. As is, you know, this article about South Carolina lake homeowners are rushing to sell, new report says. And the argument is there's more people selling their lake homes than there were this summer. Duh.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you own a lake home and you had any idea of selling, would you sell right in the middle of the summer when you're using it? Or would you use it for the summer and then say, okay, we had our one great last summer, let's sell our house?
I think I'd wait.
You know, the article doesn't go back and look at, you know, is this something that happened last year too? Did a bunch of property come on the market at the end of the summer last year? Yeah. My folks have had lake homes in North and South Carolina, and certainly the end of the season is when you see inventory go up because we've used it. They had to finish using it,
and they said, hey, you know what? I don't think we need this place anymore. We've had it. Let's put it for sale, and it goes for sale in the fall.
Yeah. You could spin any number.
Yeah.
You could totally spin any number. So the Bluffton numbers this week, more of the same, right? Inventory is low. Sales are about the same. We're basically consuming what we're putting on the market. So the market remains really, really low inventory. Because of that, sales are lower than where they were last year, but they're in line with norms, right? Prices are still up 30% year over year.
Yes.
And days on the market, amount of time it takes to sell the property continues to go down. It's like 40 right now.
Yeah. You want to call it normalizing somewhat. Again, the past 2 years was an exception. So this is not an exception to the other end. This is basically normalizing, but it's still on the high end of normalizing. I mean, it's still our demand.
If you compare our market to where we were in 2018, our market is just in such a better place if you're a seller than it was in 2018. If you compare this market to where we were in late 2020, early 2021, then it's not as good.
You know, something interesting. I went back and looked at prices in 2005, 2006, and I compared it to prices today. We're just now getting back to where we were in 2005, 2006. So everybody thinks that prices have gone crazy, and it's not the prices have gone crazy. We're just, it took us what, 16 years to get back to where they were in 2005, 2006? Yeah.
I remember when that was happening. In 2008, 2009, I was telling people that this is going to be a 10-year thing. They thought that I was nuts, and it turned out to be a little bit longer than 10 years to recover from the Great Recession. You know, Hilton Head, communities like Sea Pines and Palmetto Dunes, last year they eclipsed their numbers back in 2005, where their numbers were in 2005, 2006. So I agree with you. This week's mailbag, Sam asks us, do you see the population growth slowing down anytime soon? Island and Bluffton are only so big.
I agree with the island, running out of land there. Bluffton, I think there's plenty of room. And you know, I grew up in a builder's family. My father-in-law was a builder, and he used to always say, when you see the national builders come to that area, that's going to be the next hot growth area.
Sure.
Well, you're starting to see national builders in Ridgeland now. So we're starting to expand. I think there's still plenty of room in Bluffton.
I think we're going to fill in a lot of that land in between Hardyville, Bluffton, Ridgeland, Bluffton. That's going to get filled in. There's going to be a lot more infrastructure that you see pop out, and that area is going to be much more densely populated. I see a lot of growth in there. Hilton Head Island, what I think has happened with Hilton Head Island, COVID caused, I think, quite a few people to purchase property on Hilton Head that may have been a vacation rental and convert it to a full-time residence.
You're really saying that?
Yeah, I think there's more permanent residents in properties that used to be short-term rentals.
We had a client who purchased a Palmetto from Rhode Island, purchased a Palmetto or Shelter Cove condo. They used it for 4 years and said, we want to move here. And they purchased a home actually in Bluffton. But once you get the feel or the taste for this area, it's hard to say, I just want to be there a few months of the year.
Yeah, it's hard to come here for like a vacation and go home and have that sinking feeling when you're driving back into your town up north and saying, you know, then you start to have those questions like, well, why can't we just live here?
That same thing happened to us. We had a house at Defusky at Hague Point, and every time we would leave, the kids would say, Dad, why can't we move here?
Yeah.
We made it happen.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, hey, man, thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks
it's
for
always a good conversation.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for following the market and doing everything you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.